Imagine for a moment that everything in your life, every joy, every sorrow, every victory, every defeat, was not only inevitable but also necessary. Would you embrace your fate or resist it? This is more than a thought experiment. It's an age-old philosophical question that has intrigued thinkers for centuries. In the grand tapestry of philosophy, there exists a concept known as Amor Fati, a Latin phrase that translates to love of fate. It's an idea deeply rooted in Stoicism, a school of philosophy that champions acceptance and resilience. The Stoics believed that by accepting one's fate, one could find peace and contentment, regardless of life's ups and downs. Imagine the liberation in accepting the inevitable, the tranquility in acknowledging the necessary. Would it shift your perspective? Would it change the way you approach life's challenges and triumphs? This brings us to the philosophical concept of Amor Fati, a Latin phrase that translates to love of fate. To understand Amor Fati, we must first delve into the ancient philosophy of Stoicism. This philosophy, rooted in the fertile intellectual soil of ancient Greece and later flourishing in the grandeur of Rome, imparts profound wisdom about the nature of life and our place in it. Stoicism began its journey in the bustling markets of Athens around the 3rd century BC, under the guidance of its founder, Zeno of Citium. Inspired by the teachings of Socrates, Zeno proposed a philosophy that focused on self-control, fortitude, and inner peace. From the Athenian Stoa, or porch where Zeno taught, Stoicism got its name and began to shape the minds of thinkers across Greece and later Rome. At the core of Stoicism lies a simple yet powerful principle. Virtue is the highest good. Virtue in this context is not just about moral righteousness, but also about wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. It's about living in alignment with nature and embracing our rational capabilities. The Stoics believed that our virtue, our character, is the only thing truly within our control. And it's here that we encounter a central tenet of Stoicism, the dichotomy of control. Simply put, some things are in our control and others are not. The Stoics taught that we should focus our energy on what we can control, our thoughts, our actions, our responses. And as for the things beyond our control, the twists and turns of fate, the ebb and flow of fortune, we should accept them with equanimity. This acceptance is not passive resignation, but rather a conscious embrace of life's unfolding narrative. It's about understanding that every event, whether perceived as good or bad, holds potential for growth and learning. This is where we find the concept of Amor Fati, a Latin phrase meaning love of fate. The Stoics, with their wisdom of ages, teach us to not merely endure, but to love our fate. To welcome all of life's experiences, the joys and the sorrows, the triumphs and the tribulations, with open arms. And it is in this acceptance of what we cannot control where we find the concept of Amor Fati. Amor Fati is not merely about accepting one's fate, but loving it. But what does it mean to love one's fate, you might ask? Well, let's delve into the Stoic interpretation of this intriguing concept. In the realm of Stoicism, Amor Fati is a principle that encourages the acceptance and embrace of all aspects of life, be it joy or sorrow, prosperity or adversity. It encourages one to see every happenstance, every twist and turn as part of the grand tapestry of existence. But it does not stop there. It goes a step further, advocating for a love of this unending and unpredictable dance of life. Consider life as a grand play, where we are both the actors and the audience. The script is not of our writing, but we are tasked with performing it to the best of our abilities. Every scene, every act, regardless of whether it makes us laugh or cry, is part of our performance, our journey. Stoicism teaches us that these scenes and acts are not mere random occurrences, but necessary components of our life's journey. Each hardship and challenge we face is not an obstacle, but a stepping stone towards growth and wisdom. They are opportunities for us to exercise virtue, resilience, and courage. Stoicism, therefore, does not advocate for a passive acceptance of fate. On the contrary, it encourages an active, even passionate embrace of all that life throws our way. It asks us to view every experience, every moment as an essential part of our journey to be cherished and loved. This, in essence, is the heart of Amor Fati. It is not a resignation to fate, but a celebration of it. It is to see the beauty in the ebb and flow of life, to find joy in the journey, not just the destination. In essence, to love one's fate is to accept life as it comes, in its entirety. It is to embrace every moment, every experience as a necessary and beautiful part of the grand tapestry of existence. One might wonder, how does one practice Amor Fati in everyday life? In truth, the practice of Amor Fati requires a certain shift in mindset, a change in perspective, if you will. It's about acknowledging that life will throw curveballs, and instead of resisting, we must learn to embrace them. This is not about passive resignation, but rather active acceptance. It's a way of life that aligns perfectly with the principles of Stoicism. To start, let's talk about perspective. In our lives, we are often quick to label our experiences as either good or bad. But what if we reframed our perspective? What if we saw every experience as a necessary part of our journey? This is the essence of Amor Fati. It's about accepting every experience, be it joyful or sorrowful, as something that shapes us, that helps us grow. The Stoics believed that our perception of events, not the events themselves, determine our reality. By changing our perspective, we can change our reality. Next, let's delve into the concept of gratitude. Gratitude is not just about appreciating the good times, but also finding value in the hard times. It's about seeing the silver lining in every cloud, the lesson in every hardship. When we practice gratitude, we acknowledge that every experience has something to teach us. We learn to see the beauty in the struggle, the growth in the pain. This too aligns with Stoic principles, emphasizing the importance of valuing everything life offers us, in its varied and often surprising forms. Lastly, we arrive at acceptance. Acceptance is the cornerstone of Amor Fati. It's about letting go of the idea that we can control everything that happens to us. It's realizing that life is unpredictable, and that's okay. It's about accepting the ebb and flow of life, the ups and downs, the joy and sorrow. In essence, it's about accepting life as it is, not as we wish it to be. This is a core tenet of Stoicism, which teaches that peace comes not from trying to control the uncontrollable, but from learning to accept it. To practice Amor Fati, then, is not about suppressing our emotions or pretending that everything is fine when it's not. It's about acknowledging our experiences, accepting them, and finding value in them. It's about shifting our perspective, practicing gratitude, and embracing acceptance. It's about realizing that life, in all its chaos and unpredictability, is not something to be feared or resisted, but rather something to be embraced and loved for all that it is and all that it offers us. Practicing Amor Fati, then, is about cultivating a mindset of acceptance and gratitude no matter the circumstances. So what impact can embracing Amor Fati have on one's life? Well, imagine a life where you're not just resilient but truly content. A life where you're not just surviving but flourishing. This is the potential impact of embracing Amor Fati. By accepting and loving our fate, we unlock a profound resilience that allows us to weather life's storms with grace. In the face of adversity, we don't just endure, we thrive. We don't merely cope, we grow. This resilience is a natural byproduct of Amor Fati. When we understand that every event in our lives, good or bad, is necessary and beneficial to our journey, we become tougher, more adaptable, and more capable of handling whatever life throws our way. But resilience is just one part of the equation. Contentment is another. By loving our fate, we free ourselves from the torment of wishing things were different. We stop yearning for a past that's gone or a future that's yet to come. We find contentment in the present, in the reality of what is. This contentment brings a peace of mind that's hard to find in our fast-paced, ever-changing world. And that peace of mind aligns perfectly with the Stoic pursuit of tranquility and virtue. In Stoicism, tranquility is the ultimate goal. It's a state of serene calmness, free from worry and disturbance. By practicing Amor Fati, we inch closer to this ideal state. We cultivate a calmness that's undisturbed by external events. We foster a virtue that's grounded in acceptance and love for our fate. In the end, Amor Fati offers a way to navigate life with grace and serenity, accepting all that comes our way as part of our unique journey. It's not just a philosophy or a concept, it's a way of life, a way of life that can lead us to a state of tranquility, virtue, and profound contentment. In a world where control is often out of our hands, the Stoic philosophy of Amor Fati offers a way to embrace life in all its complexity. We've journeyed through the roots of Amor Fati, its essence and its practical application. We've seen how this ancient Stoic principle encourages us to accept and love our fate, whatever it may be. It's a call to welcome all experiences, the good, the challenging, and the downright perplexing, with open arms, seeing them as necessary parts of our unique life tapestry. The impact of Amor Fati is profound. It's not about passive resignation, but active engagement with the world around us. It empowers us to find peace amid chaos, strength in adversity, and joy in the everyday. It's a reminder that we are not at the mercy of fate, but rather we can dance with it, learn from it, and ultimately grow from it. Please like and subscribe if you found the video entertaining. Be safe out there and take care.